Hi, it's Victoria Lorient-Fabish, holistic psychotherapist, and today I want to talk about a model that I have basically been able to come up called the cycle of self-denial. I see it so often that people are ensconced in not asking for what they need, really not even acknowledging that they have needs, and they go into this sort of sense of self-denial. I don't have needs. And usually they can pull this off, but at great cost to themselves. So I want you to sort of follow me on this cycle. It starts with not having any needs outwardly, having them on the internal level, but on an external level, really not expressing them. But then, of course, as time progresses, what occurs is that those needs that are really human, the needs to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to have the self fulfilled, starts to bleed through, and so the person starts to experience a sense of an incongruity, sort of a fight between I don't want to express that I have needs, but I do have needs. And then what usually I see occurs is either an internal raging process or an external raging process. Internal raging will often result in depression and in anxiety and in a sense of deep internal dissatisfaction with oneself and with life, usually really dragging down the self-esteem. External raging will be, all that is cracked up to be: anger and expressing that anger and sort of volatility and a lot of that sort of very tough energy to be around, frankly, and it's rather undesirable energy to be around, but it is coming from a deep place of frustration and a deep place of inner sort of a boiling point coming. So that inner rage or outer rage will usually send a message to the world in which the world says, I don't want anything to do with you, because the message, which is very reasonable, that you have needs, is getting lost in the rage. And so people become they just, it's like that rage creates sort of a field of sort of rejection. People don't want to be around the people who feel externally ragey or internally ragey. They sense that inner rage and they're afraid of that outer rage. So people go away when that rage is expressed. And usually what occurs when that rage is expressed is a loss of self-esteem, because people are feeling rejected and abandoned by those who can't handle the rage. And they're not really feeling heard or seen or any of those things that they initially started to express that came in a sort of a package of rage. So what ends up happening is they lose people, they become lonely, there's an abandonment feeling, and usually that turns into a lowering of the self-esteem, which, by the way, when you lower your self-esteem, often what starts to happen are concepts like, I don't deserve to have needs, I don't have value, I am not worth much. And so guess what? We're back to square one. The cycle of self-denial. I don't have needs. It's dangerous to express my needs. So how do we stop the cycle of self-denial, folks? Is you number one, you acknowledge that it is right and good and a healthy thing to have needs, and you find peaceful, loving, fair kinds of ways to express those needs, so that your message of a need does not get lost in the inner or outer rage process. So all of you out there that are feeling like, I have needs but I can't express them, and I've been trained either through my family of origin not to express them, or I've had bad experiences, you've had bad experiences expressing your needs, I want you to hear this now. You have a right to express your needs. By the way, your needs might not get fulfilled by people you're expressing those needs to. That's not people's responsibility to fill your needs, but you have a right to express the needs nevertheless. And so that's a good boundary. You have a right to express your needs, but they don't necessarily get filled by other people. And so I want you to know that you have a right to express your needs, but you need to find a way to express those needs habitually and often in a way that is not filled with rage, either internal rage or external rage. You want to be able to express it fairly, peacefully, and lovingly, so that you don't have the guilt that occurs from having all that rage. And also you need to be able to fulfill your own needs where possible. Take responsibility for filling those needs. Okay, I'm thinking about you, and I just wanted to present this cycle of self-denial so that you can understand that you have a right to express your needs, but you need to express it in a way that is going to be heard and not be lost in the rage message. Okay? Have a wonderful day. As usual, I am asking for your questions and your comments at askvictoria@rogers.com. Have a great day.